We used to go out and ding dong ditch. Now that ring cam is the biggest snitch. Now all these young kids do is stream on Twitch. 2020s are the biggest glitch. People don't dance cause somebody's watching. Drink too much, everybody's talking. We used to rage like there was no stopping. So put your hands up, everybody's rocking. Put your phone down and get on the dance floor. Shake that booty like you never did before. Look real silly, yeah, raise your hands. Let's get together and baby just dance. Take a shot, baby, get your move on. Be like Stella and get your move on.
Okay, guys, so thank you for watching. Welcome to the show. Doug MPA, can you let me know if the website's going all right? I'm going to check in a second. Now, as you guys know, I do make you guys listen to my mixtape. I love music, and it's just going to be a part of the show. There's no choice here, okay? Now, this song, I changed the tempo to. So I made it a little bit faster. I know I've shown you guys the Society song before. And I'm going to point out a couple changes I made, okay?
We don't party like we used to. Take me back to 1992. Everybody's acting brand new. We're not looking across the room. Everybody is looking down on their phones, no one's around. Yeah, we used to tear up the town. Now I don't hear a sound.
Da-da-da.
People don't dance cause somebody's watching. Drink too much, everybody's talking. We used to rage like there was no stopping. So put your hands up, everybody's rocking. Put your phone down and get on the dance floor. Shake that booty like you never did before. Look real silly, yeah, raise your hands. Let's get together and baby just dance.
Okay, here's a change I did. You're gonna hear a glass in the background. It's really subtle. Oh wait, not yet. No, you're gonna hear a Polaroid. Listen.
We used to snap a Polaroid.
Do you hear that? That's so clever. Do you hear it?
Now the whole night's on record. I used to know who my neighbor was. Now we really don't do that stuff.
Da-da-da.
We used to go out and ding dong ditch. Now that ring cam is the biggest snitch.
Now, I had a doorbell in this, but it sounded kind of weird. I think I'm gonna put it in here though.
Now all these young kids do is stream on Twitch. 2020s are the biggest glitch. People don't dance cause somebody's watching. Drink too much, everybody's talking. We used to rage like there was no stopping. So put your hands up, everybody's rocking. Put your phone down and get on the dance floor.
Do you know what? I did have a sound of the Polaroid printing. Do you know what? I think it's on my other phone, my UK one, because I made this in the UK. I had it, but it sounded kind of weird. I could show it to you guys. Next show, probably not this one.
Shake that booty like you never did before. Look real silly, yeah, raise your hands. Let's get together and baby just dance.
Okay. Now when I say shot, you're gonna hear a glass in the background.
Got shot, baby, get your move
Subtle.
on. Be like Stella and get your move on. Take a shot, baby, get your move on. Be like Stella and get your groove on. There ain't nothing that you can do wrong. We don't party like we used to. Take me back to 1992. Everybody's acting brand new. We're not looking across the room.
All right, I don't care what anyone says. This is catchy. I haven't put it on Spotify yet, but I'm going to soon. And Janet said her IQ dropped from listening to this. Janet, do you know what? Let me see your mixtape, all right? I like music. I'm going to keep doing it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm working on this. I'm going to keep keep going. We'll see. Anyways, guys, welcome to the show. Welcome to another episode of Pearl Daily. Today, we're going to be talking about International Women's Day. Now, as you guys know, I am a big proponent of women. I get a lot of hate on the internet. I'm told I hate women, that I don't like women, that I'm a jealous, bitter old hag. I am walling it now. I am 28. I am pretty old. So, you know, the International Women's Day is very important. You know, International Women's Day helps us celebrate all of our amazing accomplishments. I mean, what haven't we done? We're CEOs. Okay, sure, we're running some businesses into the ground, but who cares about that? What tab is this? You know, sure. You know, we're in charge of all reproduction on the earth. You know, women carried all of you. Now, sure, we're not carrying kids anymore. We're certainly not doing that. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay. Before we get started, though, today, I wanted to say thank you to all of the new members on the website, guys. I don't want to say the number because we're getting really close to covering our expenses here. And that'll be great because then I can be employed forever. You know what I mean? And YouTube can no longer silence me. So as you guys know, I started the biggest YouTube show in the country at the time, about 2 years ago, and then they demonetized me on all platforms. So in order to combat this, I made the Audacity Network. Now, the Audacity Network is a free speech platform. Now, women spend $8, men spend $2, and I want to make this the best $2 you ever spent. In the future, I am going to have non-gynocentric movies, documentaries, all different types of content, right? But, you know, currently, we are going to bring on the smart, intelligent men that I know behind a paywall where you guys can directly ask them questions. I have spent 5 years building up a network. And on Sunday, this is your last day to do it. Tomorrow, I am upping the price. This is going to be an expensive program, but you can get in on it now. I am rewarding the people that support me early because I would have been screwed without you guys. So I will forever be grateful. So we're on both app stores. We're on the website. So go to www.theaudacitynetwork.com, get a yearly membership. And, you know, I will honor that price as being a part of the program for life, where everyone else is going to have to pay a ton of, you know, it's going to be expensive. And it's going to be expensive because I want people in this program that really want to learn and that value the interactions from these guys. And I can't have everyone there because then, I mean, it's going to be too long. You know, if you're on a Zoom call with 5,000 people, it kind of defeats the purpose. Do you know what I mean? Like, but these are all high earning men in their professions. They're all very smart, very intelligent. Yeah. So anyways, make sure you like the video on your way in.
Move on, be like Stella and get your move on. And take that shot.
Okay, guys, I'm in. Sorry, we had some tech issues. Okay, guys, make sure you like the video on your way in. And also today is the last day to sign up to the Audacity Network at the original price. Thank you so much for your patience. And thank you everyone in the chat on the website. Also, if you have a question, comment, or concern that you would like read today, please put it on the website and make sure you guys in the chat are saying Pearl read. So I know what comments you want read. You know, on normal YouTube channels, you gotta, you gotta pay for everything. At $10 a month, you get unlimited. Okay. So unlimited chats that I'll read. All right. So today is International Women's Day. And I want to give thanks to women. I know you guys are thinking, Pearl, you of all people? Yes, me. And I want to thank women for all of our contributions to society. Now, many of the things you see in American culture today really can be traced to the efforts of women. If anything, we're just not appreciated. I mean, we are responsible for marriage decline, single motherhood, and the rise of STDs and abortions, student loan debt, and consumer debt. And I'm going to use this International Women's Day to shine a light on what women in the past and their rhetoric have produced today. But before we do all that, I'm going to give my opinion on International Women's Day. It's a joke. I mean, we could really do without it. What are we celebrating? What major contributions have women given society? There might be a few, but how could any of those compare to the contributions of men? Men have built the buildings, the roads, the power plants, internet, cars, and all of modern life's conveniences were created by men. Now, women will say, oh, but women can give birth. Well, so can cats and dogs, and almost every other animal on the planet gives birth too. It's really not that special. It's not like giving birth to a kid is the same as working on an oil rig or working in a coal mine. On my list of acknowledgments and thank you to the strong and powerful women of the past. Today we're going to go over tons of them. So first, I want to thank the suffragettes of the early 1900s. Thanks to them, and the 19th Amendment was passed and women got the right to vote. Now, I'm not saying that women shouldn't be able to vote, I would never say that on YouTube. I would never say that. But one can argue that that was the start of the destruction of the traditional family. Women were able to vote differently from their husbands, creating a political divide in many households, putting a partisan layer on dating and relationships. So we're going to start with some TikToks. Give me a second, guys. I got to go switch something. I got to go switch setting. Okay.
He's a 10 out of 10, but he voted for Donald Trump.
Negative. Negative.
What?
Negative.
Yes. Why is it so bad?
Because you see our economy right now. Yeah, also the Gulf of Mexico just got named Gulf of America. That
We
was
run
so
it.
Unnecessary. Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know. But it was so unnecessary. Why would you do that?
But is that the main reason why you wouldn't date a Trump supporter?
No, there's a lot more.
What is the main thing?
Just because they're deporting our people.
Our people?
Oh.
By our, I mean legal citizens?
Yeah, right? Aren't they?
No, just illegals.
Oh. But still,
yeah.
Don't you think
It's
it's
a plus
attractive for a man to look over his own people? Guard them with his life?
Oh.
not when you're doing all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just that he's deporting people you don't like, Trump supporters?
No, there's more reasons, but
There's more reasons,
I
but-
can't think of them.
Yeah.
Do you think Trump supporters don't like women? Like they view women in a negative way?
Yes.
Yes.
How come?
I feel like that's partly the reason why Kamala Harris wasn't voted in.
Because she was a woman?
Yes.
Okay. Next one. Why is this not good?
So such.
But He's a 10 out of 10, but he voted for Donald Trump.
A 0. Because
Seriously?
I like rights. I like my autonomy rights.
You're
I
trad wife.
also like other people's rights and such.
But if he's a Trump supporter, do you think he just has hatred towards women?
Of course. With the
Seriously?
policies he's pushing and the ideas he's projecting and such. So the people who do follow him would believe in that too.
What kind of things is he pushing against women?
I'm not going to have this conversation. Have you not watched the news?
I don't watch the news.
It looks like it.
Can you just name one thing that would pertain to a man not liking women because he likes Trump?
No, I'm okay. Have a good day. It was nice.
I voted for Trump. Do you hate me? Do you
Your
look?
actions speak for yourself.
But do you view me in a worser lens now?
You seem uneducated. You're very traditional in the sense of things.
So being traditional is being uneducated?
Yeah.
Dang. Okay, then third one.
Okay, I want to chime in real quick on this whole argument of we shouldn't break up relationships in our life just because of how somebody voted. See, when you vote for somebody proudly and with your chest, and you're basically stating that I align with this person's values, and that is how I align and what I want to see. So when you vote for somebody who openly discriminates against other people and says horrible racist things, proudly and with his chest mocks the disabled, laughs at other people that have gone through a traumatic weather event and throws paper towels at them, like an inhumane, maniacal person, and openly mocks that he can do things that he wants to women, whether they want it or not, has been accused and found convicted of SA as a convicted felon, on top of just so many other things. I don't really even need to go through the list. You're telling me that you align with that. And so that tells me that that's who you are. And once you show me who you are and what does matter to you, or rather what doesn't matter to you, I can't unsee that. And for those that have seen and heard about Project 2025 and doesn't think that it's going to come to fruition and like, oh, just shut up. They're not really going to do all that, even though they've been telling us this forever, that this is exactly what they want to happen with our country. Thank you for taking that gamble on behalf of the rest of your fellow Americans. Thank you.
Think about how she would have been in like 1920. No TikTok. The only one that would have heard her bitching was her husband.
For not taking into account the possibility that it could happen and disfranchise so many marginalized groups. I'm so glad that your privilege allowed you to take that gamble on our behalf. So for the women divorcing their husbands, bravo. I
Yeah.
want to see more of that. I need more of that energy. For the people not going to their Christmas because they don't want to be around their MAGA family, thank you. We need more of that. Because I cannot remember who it was, but it was a black woman who had said, I don't hate you, I see you. And so to all the people that are losing relationships in their life because you voted for Trump and what he stands for, we see you. We don't hate you, but we see you. You showed us what matters to you and what doesn't matter to you.
Yeah, what a crazy lady. Now, next, I want to thank the women that got the Equal Credit Opportunity Act of 1974 passed. This allowed women to apply for credit cards and loans in their own name, independent of their husbands. Without these strong, powerful women, none of the women today would have been able to put themselves in so much debt. These links.
I am the girl that's going viral on TikTok for having $36,000 in credit card debt. That is me. She is I am her. 1 year ago, I had $17,000 in credit card debt, and since then, on those two cards, I've gotten it down to about $5,000, $6,000. Over this past year, I've paid almost over $3,000 in interest fees. Like, really take all of your progress and just stomp on it. If you're like Brittany and me, then I hope you're listening to her story and listening to my story. For me, my $17,000 largely came from medical debt that I decided to put on my credit card. Don't do that, because if you can't pay it off and it becomes medical debt, I can tell you right now, you're not going to be able to pay it off when it's a credit card debt. It's just going to end up accruing more interest, and you're going to owe more at the end of the day, which is how I ended up paying an additional $3,000 to stay alive. Seems like a really good idea then, huh? But it wasn't. You know what my dream job is? My dream job is to be a creative director, photographer, decide concepts. I want to pick wardrobe. I want to pick costume. I want to make makeup sets. I want to be the model sometimes. I want to just be an artist, and I don't want to have credit card debts. I control your finances, follow your dreams.
All right, so we got her. We got this lovely lady over here. I don't know why when you open these links, the sound like, it's not the mouse, it's it's just the way the link opens on these laptops.
Question. How much credit card debt are you in? Because for context, I'm 26. I've been working since 17, paying for my own shit, moved out at 18, have been independent ever since. And I have $10,000 worth of credit card debt. And I will be the first to admit that I'm not perfect. I've definitely paid off medical bills and like emergency vet visits and things on my credit card. But I've also bought a lot of dumb shit. But it's like people my age have $55,000 worth of credit card debt. Do you see how my eye's twitching? That shit stresses me out.
Women,
like $55,000.
Women used to have husbands. Now they have $55,000 worth of credit card debt.
Dollars is my take-home salary from my last job. Like, I think I'm just morbidly curious on like what gets you to the point of $55,000 worth of credit card debt? Also, who gave you $55,000 worth of credit in general? Like, not to mention, my credit usage, way high. Like 90-something%. So my interest rates, 30%.
Holy shit.
The interest would make you want to throw up.
Oh my gosh. I gotta stop swearing. It's just not. Okay.
Manage my money, partially have a lot of debt. It's partially because I was irresponsible with my money, and partially because I was never taught how to manage my money, partially because I like stuff, and stuff costs money. I'm joining this financial coaching class. Why am I telling you this? I am not good at doing things that have no audience. In order for me to...
Yeah, women always do stuff, embarrassing stuff publicly to be held accountable because we don't have the discipline to just like do it.
Held accountable. I'm going to need you to come with me on this journey. I'm terrified and scared out of my mind, but I think that it's the only really way forward. And the goal that I've set for myself is getting out of my credit card debt. I am going to be sharing my thoughts and lessons along the way as well. I'm starting with about $18,000 in credit card debt, which is so much, and I've never really told anyone that. So now we have a secret, and don't tell anyone or tell everybody, either way. And yeah, I look forward, and also I don't look forward to doing this.
Yeah. I bet on her not paying off this debt. Let me read the chat on the website in between. So we got, let's see. Richard says, I dropped my last name from the chat. Pearl, World War I was one of the reasons women got the right to vote. A lot of ideas, a number of them bad, have their origins from World War I. Well, I don't care because I wasn't alive. And it's not going away in my lifetime. Plus, I've super changed my opinion. Women totally should vote. I don't think that at all. Michael says, hey, hot Donna. Shut up. That girl from that 70s show is way hotter than me. That show about van life was so good I subscribed yearly. You had me at quit crying and get to fucking. I meant it. You know what I mean? If you guys are living in a van, it's time to start having sex with some dudes until one likes you enough to keep you around. If you don't want to have sex with him, move on to someone who you do want to have sex with. You might as well just go up to the men on the street and just say, hey, here's my body. Doug MPA says women want to spend everyone's money. The man's money, the government's money, everyone's money. That's why I want you guys to sign up for my website. But I promise it'll be a good value add. You guys have to just take my word. I do things that I say I'm going to do. Sometimes it can be slow when you get demonetized, but we're building back up. Okay, a lot of women on the Allied side worked in factories during World War I because men were away at war that helped women get the right to vote. Yeah, okay. I don't believe that. Okay. How do people believe that women, I am sure maybe like 10 or 20% of women took over these factory jobs. But you are just not going to convince me that the women came in, did the factory jobs, and they were the backbone of America. Does that sound right to you? Like, okay, let's go. We're in 2025, but women have always been women. Let's say we had a war start tomorrow. You're telling me that all the women could take over the infrastructure of society. So, you know what I bet happened? I bet like 5 or 10% of women did like the easiest job at the factory. And because, whenever we work, it's like we got to give ourselves the utmost credit. That's why we have like a whole day dedicated to women. And so I bet they just crafted this narrative and then put it in the history books. Like they nagged so much. Like, do you remember that? You know how women in relationships will always say, like, you don't appreciate me. Look at all I do for you. That's what the women did in the war. They like went up to the men and said, look at all I do for you. Like, look at all we did. We did like the easiest factory job. And now we're still talking about it 100 years later. I don't believe it. I just don't. Fazelle says, what the F, man? She's telling the internet while saying, I'm not telling anyone. This bitch got shit for her brains. Okay. Pearl's story is the same as Donna too. I don't know. Donna became like a lesbian on TV. I hope that's not where I'm going. Doug MPA, during World War II, the workforce was never more than 25%. Women acted like they took over all of manufacturing. I stand corrected. Thanks, Anna. 33% isn't the majority. They were 33% of agriculture during World War II. I don't believe it's that high. You can say it, right? You can say it and you can buy that. I don't have to buy that. I really don't. I just know how they do stats. And they will always overinflate the numbers to make women look good. So yeah, you're telling me I need to buy that. Pfft, get out of here. Okay, next on the debt, we're going to watch a couple more videos on the debt. And then also, I'm going to read everyone that signs up to the website. Just your first names, no last. So if you guys want...
Everybody, my name is Dr.
If you guys want me to read your name, sign up to the website. Remember, this is the last day. Tomorrow, well, it's ended tomorrow, but I'm not... Maybe I will do a show tomorrow. We'll see. I've done a lot in a row, so I don't know. But if I do a show tomorrow, that'll be the last day. But this might be the last day that you can sign up. But it's going to be cool, guys. You might... the 2 women that watch me, you're going to get to ask questions directly to smart, intelligent men. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you'll find your husband in the chat. I don't know. Okay.
Am 200K in student loans.
Holy, 200K! Oh my gosh. 223.
Moment of silence. Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Thornton, and I'm going to be starting a new series called Pay Off My Student Loans with Me. I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm in Atlanta.
I wonder if women have series called Cure My STDs with Me.
Into Georgia. I've been here since 2018. I have a bachelor's degree in mass communications, 2 master's degrees, 1 in digital communications and 1 in education, and a doctorate in educational leadership. Y'all, I do not have a car note. Car is paid off. I don't have any credit card debt, so I'm super blessed that I can give 110% to paying off my student loans. I would like to get the interest off and work on the principal. A little bit about that too, y'all. They said that I can't just make interest payments, so I have to make the regular payment that's due every month and an extra payment for the interest. I wrote down the interest for each loan from least to greatest, and every time I make 5 payments, I'm going to treat myself to a gift. My biggest thing this year is just being consistent and showing up for myself. It is time to pay them people their money back. I cannot wait. And welcome.
1 in the chat if you think she'll pay off her debt. So this is an interesting thing. If you say I want to pay off my debt and you have fake hair, if I see Botox, if I see nice clothes, now these clothes don't look super high maintenance, but that hair looks fake to me. Maybe it's not, I don't know. I'm not a weave expert, but that looks like fake hair. And I just don't think you're serious about it. Are her nails done? Do we see her hands? Let me go back.
Percent to paying off my student loans.
Do I see
2
it?
masters.
Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands.
Interest payments.
I can't see them. Well, I want a 1 in the chat if you think she'll pay it off. 2 if you don't think so. All right, let's see. Now she is in debt. Her nails are done, but I don't know if those are professionally done. Let's see. Is that hair fake or real? I am not a weave expert. I want to say real, but I don't know. This doesn't look too bad.
I'm in as a 29-year-old doctor. First things first, student loans. So in student loans, I currently owe $282,256. And that's after going to a state school and with no debt from undergrad. That's all medical school. So that's why you shouldn't be a doctor just for the money, because it's so much debt. Next, my mortgage, I currently owe $240,945.
Holy shit.
Loan. I'm probably not gonna pay that off for a while. And then in credit cards, I owe $5,006 across 4 different cards.
$500,000.
Bringing my total debt, drum roll please, to $528,207.
Oh my gosh, that's so bad. Oh my gosh. All right, so next, I would like to thank the women that pushed for the Food Stamp Act of 1939 to get passed. Of course, a woman from New York was the first person to apply for and receive food stamps. Special thanks to Ms. Mabel McFiggin for being the first woman to eat off of government's money. And she was not the last. Now, will this woman get out of her financial situation? Let's guess together.
So someone reported me to the food stamp office. My angel tree video got a lot of hate, and a lot of people were saying they were going to find out where I live to report me, and y'all are creepy, because how did you figure it out? But anyways, I still get my food stamps. They called my employer and my babysitter to verify my income again. So yeah, I still get them. If you get food stamps, don't be ashamed that you get them. If you work your butt off to provide for your family and you don't make enough to where you qualify for food stamps, get the free food. But like, I am still so much in shock. I call them because they sent me a letter. So I call them and they're like, yeah, we need to verify your income because y'all are out here making it sound like I'm making thousands of dollars on this app. I don't get paid for my views, guys. I don't have 10,000 followers. I can't. can't. They're like, yeah, we've had a few calls.
Women used to, it's so crazy because women would rather be on food stamps than get along with a guy.
Ooh, I'm gonna cry. But yeah, I still get my food stamps. I'll still get them this month, and I'll get them next month and the following month and whatever, unless my income changes. But yeah, y'all are weird, and you need to calm down. What's next? Who else are you guys gonna call and report me to?
Oh, they'll report you. All right, the next one. Oh my gosh, this looks like diabetes. Oh, like this is straight carbs. How is she not fatter? Her arteries must be clogged. I don't see one healthy thing. There's oranges there. It's like
And I just got my food stamp. Hey. All right, let's get into this food stamp haul. Single mom to 4 kids. First off, I want to get into some of the comments I've been receiving on my baby daddy posts or my posts in general. What the fuck is funny? I think being a single mom is an insult, but at the end of the day, how the fuck do you not know I left the person I was with as he was beating me up? He was financially abusing me. Y'all don't know that. People always go off by what you post on.
Do you think he was really financially abusing her? Can we just...
On here, it's just crazy because then they feel like they know your whole life. And then someone talking about they want to be married like their parents. Okay, that's good for you, but don't go projecting that onto other people. If I don't want to get married, if I was
Fried
married
chicken.
and we got a divorce, y'all don't even know. But to clear it up, no, I was not married. I was in a long relationship with my first baby daddy. And the shit was just toxic. So I ended up leaving because I'm not about to beg or make somebody change if they're not willing to change. Mom always said,
who do you think was the problem? Her eating is the problem. This is terrible. I've recently have been losing weight slowly. And I'm getting close to being like the thinnest I've been really as an adult. And when I looked back, I was like, how was I not fatter when I started like learning about nutrition and stuff? And this woman, I'm having the same thought. How is she not? Like, based on this grocery haul, you should be 300 pounds.
if you don't have nothing nice to say, then shut the fuck up. That's as nice as I could put it. I usually don't address these comments because it's just negativity. At some points, people really do have to use their heads. They think, like I said, it's an insult being a single mom or you're by yourself. But would you rather me be in an abusive relationship with someone that's beating me up, have my kids around and looking at that? Then if I leave and I'm a single mom and I'm getting government assistance, etc., then we're still going to get talked shit about. Like, please make it make sense. It's like you can't win in this life sometimes. That's why I say do what the fuck you want to do in this life. Because at the end of the day, people are just going to talk and that's all they're going to do. You can't please everyone in this life.
You can please your arteries.
I love to laugh at other people's situation, but it can quickly be you. Like, you can be in a long relationship, married today, and a single mom tomorrow. So always please be humble. Because when you think it won't be you, it definitely can be. Yeah, this was my little grocery haul. And no, this is not everything that I
Finally
got
some fruit, but that's still carbs.
for the month of February. It's just little snacks here and there for my kids' lunch. This was the week for Valentine's Day. I'll call you later, girl. Bye.
Okay. I would also like to thank the strong, powerful women that started Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood was started in 1916 and started offering abortions in the 1970s. If it wasn't for them, women wouldn't have the ability to abort millions and millions of children. Planned Parenthood performed 392,715 abortions in 2022, by the way. Okay, hold on.
2008, I had another one just a year later. And another one, I had multiple after that. I had multiple. I think I said it in the beginning, but yeah, I had more. So after the first one in 2008, I had another one just a year later. And another one just like a year and a half after that. So because I had fell into the trap, even though I hadn't gotten through the first one, which is what I thought by stuffing my pain and trying to move on and trying to, go through life acting like it didn't happen, I still was in the I still was in the trap. I just didn't know I was still in the trap. And I didn't know that the thought and the temptation would come back to me when I got pregnant again. So it would only come up when I got pregnant again. You know, the devil is funny. Like he won't tempt you every day. He's going to tempt you when you are most vulnerable. He's going to tempt you when you are more likely
Don't blame the devil for getting multiple abortions. That was on you.
The most evil, cunning salesman you can think of. Like, come at you when you are the most vulnerable and say, oh, this is what you need. This is the best option for you. Like, that was when I got tempted and then I fell for it.
When women do terrible things, it's always that we were tricked into doing terrible things. Always. It's like, why can't we just do the terrible thing and just say, you know what, I was being a bad person?
At the abortion provider. This is a good question and something that I was actually asked in my interview when I got a job at the abortion provider. The answer is no, I don't find it frustrating or difficult. If someone is just having abortions as their form of contraception, which obviously that's what anti-choice people want us to say, it just doesn't really happen. Like, you get people who have multiple abortions. Often it's circumstances, it's just bad luck. Problems with...
I don't know if you can have multiple abortions from bad luck. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I think it might be a bad choice.
Contraception, but equally, a lot of people who have...
Volume? Okay, hold on. I will go fix it. Hold on.
multiple abortions, it's because they are in an abusive relationship. And I will definitely get people replying to this being like, I know someone who's had 84 abortions and she's not being abused. You don't know that. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't know what is actually happening in that person's uterus. So you need to toddle off. People don't use contraception. No, people don't use abortion as contraception just for lulz. There's always something behind it. So in summary, I definitely don't find it frustrating or difficult, but I would explore the situation around it. So are you safe? Are you being looked after? Are you being coerced into becoming pregnant?
Coerced into becoming pregnant. Okay, is coerced into becoming pregnant what we're calling raw dogging these days? Is that what we're calling it? Is that the name?
Or is there something going on with your contraception? Like, can I help? Is there something that I can do?
Okay, is it too hard to take a pill a day? Go get an IUD shoved in that thing? Like, are these options too difficult?
To help.
Do you know what happened? I'll tell you what. So the women, this is what happened. So women were married and they said, we want to have sex with hot guys. We want to be with the men that are hot. We don't want to be with these providers anymore. We want to make our own money. And the men said, fine. They said, I'm sick of you nagging me at home, fine. And they said, we want to leave our husbands. And they said, fine, go ahead. And then they said, well, we want to have sex unprotected. And they said, fine. And they said, well, we can't do it without birth control. So they said, all right, fine, here you go. And then they said, we also want to, I can't remember to take a pill every day. I want an IUD so I can get raw dogged and have sex. And they said, all right, fine. They said, well, that doesn't work. Can you put it in my arm? And they said, all right, here you go. Fine. Are you happy? Are you done? And then the men all got together and they said, well, this is all too hard. Can we have a plan B just in case that fails too? And they said, are you all right? Fine. There you go. Okay, fine. So then the men, they said, then the women, they said, well, we want abortion too. And they said, All right, it's kind of gross, but you can have it up to 3 months. Fine. They said, well, we want 6 months. What if I don't notice I'm pregnant? They said, fine. Now they're trying to get it up to birth. And I'm at the point where I'm like the men. Give it to them. I don't care. I don't care.
You not have to be in this situation anymore, because no one loves having abortions. Like, people are doing it out of necessity. So even if they are using it as contraception, it's because they have no other option. So yeah, I would be, again, absolutely give zero shits how many abortions you're going to have, other than the fact that I want to make sure that you're safe and you're well and you're looking after yourself and that you're being looked after. So yeah.
All right, next. Now we got women TikToking about their abortions. Now, there is a turning point where I thought that women that got abortions were like coerced, or they were just in like the worst possible situation.
Later, I have never
They do not care.
I got
and
an
you
abortion.
can see this woman here does not care. Now, what the stupid conservatives, the ones that are dumb will say, well, they'll say, oh, she's secretly hurting. It's secretly so hard for her. No, she does not care.
I got an abortion for no good reason other than I simply was not ready to be a mother at that point in my life, nor did I really want to be a mother at that point in my life. And 2 years later, I have never for a single minute or even a single second regretted my decision. And sometimes I earnestly wonder if I'm alone in feeling this way, because every single story I've ever read about abortion involves some sort of justification or apology, even from the most liberal of women, like medical complications or financial issues or being in a really bad relationship. And every single one of these reasons is 100% valid. But what we never ever hear is a woman just saying, I didn't want to be a mom, and saying that without any apology to society or herself. I know in my guts that I'm not alone in feeling this way. I know that there are hundreds of thousands of women out there that made a very simple choice that was right for them and then never looked back. But they're silenced because of our culture of shame. And that leaves all of us who have been in this position feeling so lonely and misunderstood in an experience that is fundamentally incredibly universal. My hope in speaking out about this is that it will encourage other women to discard their shame and then break their silence, because the taboo of abortion will only disappear when we all collectively start treating it like the normal medical procedure that it is.
Okay, next we got this lovely lady here talking about, oh, great, she's got a Jesus cross. That's exactly what I would expect.
Is this any of your business? No. Do I have to share this story? No. I feel like transparency will actually help another woman, especially during this election season. I want you guys to know that I didn't have to have one. It wasn't medically necessary. It was literally my choice. I had full autonomy over my body, and I decided that I needed to have an abortion.
Conservatives will see this and say, she was really broken.
I had for my ass, literally. I was couch surfing. I didn't have a stable home. I had no business bringing a child into this world. I am 100% pro-choice, meaning that what was right for me may not be right for somebody else. And I have no right to decide why somebody else in the same situation might decide to keep their child. Do I have to agree with it? No. But do I have to respect that decision? Yes. And I think it's actually insane that so many women are sitting out of this vote and deciding that I'm just not going to vote. What I have to say to those women, I hope that you decide to leave your rights at the door and don't expect to have any autonomy over your body or any other choice for that matter. Once again, I am pro-choice and I believe in a democracy. So while I may not agree with who you decide to vote for, I agree with your decision to vote. I agree with your decision to have a say in what is going to happen with your life. Whether that decision makes sense to me or not, I agree with the decision to vote and have a say in where you decide to go with your life. Just like I got to have a say in whether I wanted to carry a child or not and bring a child into a world where I could not take care of them. was and still is one of the hardest decisions I've ever made in my life. But guess what? It was my decision. I had a choice. I had a say over my body. And I just think it's insane that so many people are deciding not to have a say over their own body. Like, are you serious? It is one thing if you truly believe in his rhetoric, in what he says, if you believe that wholeheartedly, great. But just deciding to I don't like anybody, so I'm just not gonna vote. Would you say that with any other decision in your life? Women are literally just taking a back seat on their rights. Rights that other women fought for, marched for, died for, bled for. You now have the right to sit back and do nothing with. If that isn't privilege, I don't know what is. Vote to say something, to have a voice, to be taken away from you. This is my story of a choice that I got to make. I know every
Fine, kill your kids. My God.
I know every woman knows someone who has a story. We have all been in a position where
okay. I mean, this is just classic. And finally, guys, I want to thank all of the new members on my website. So I'm going to go through the new members really quick. We're going to take a little break for a second before my final thank you. Thank you to Jay, yearly, Michael, another yearly sign up. Guys, the yearly ones really, really help us. So you guys are so awesome. We're getting real close to covering all of the staff here. So everyone will have job security soon. Phil, thank you so much. Molly, thank you so much. Ellie, thank you. You're amazing. Grant, thank you so much. John, thank you so much. And Monroe, thank you so much. Jason, thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Okay, but our final thank you, I want to thank the women in their 50s and 60s that advocated for the sexual revolution. Before then, sex was seen as a sacred act meant to be for husband and wife as a means to procreate. Now women are more promiscuous than men, and we see the results of the sexual revolution, the whore and hookup culture we see today. Oh yeah, we got Bonnie Blue. All right, we got Bonnie Blue.
This is what my face looks like after taking 1,000 men less than 12 hours ago.
OnlyFans star Bonnie Blue claims she has set a world record for sleeping with the most men in one day, saying she bedded 1,057 men in 12 hours.
I told you girls, taking fluids for moisturizer was good for your skin.
Blue, 25, from Derbyshire, is reported to have topped the tally previously set by adult film actress Lisa Sparks when sleeping with 919 men in 24 hours in 2004.
The big 1,000 was completely done. So it started off, I don't even know if you to start with, it was just like the room was absolutely full. Then we did groups of 5, like one after the other of 5s. I wanted to give people more time, so then it went down to like one-on-one. One person would watch whilst I was with somebody, and then it would literally just be like a rotating circle like that.
Wow, what a time. Then we got a 23-year-old. 23-year-old women have slept with more people than the average 53-year-old man.
The average 23-year-old girl has slept with more men than the average 53-year-old woman. Let that sink in. We're living in a time, and I know this because I used to be a teacher for many years, and I couldn't believe the sexual promiscuity amongst 14, 13, 12-year-old girls, because here's what they had. They had access to Snapchat. They could send nudes of themselves to older boys or whatever it is from the age of 11, 12. Nudes or whatever it is, well, it's technically child pornography. They would start so young, and they're living in an era where there's no negativity attached to sleeping around. It's seen as liberating. So by the time a girl is 23 years old, I promise you she's slept with more men than a 53-year-old woman, because a 53-year-old woman grew up in a time where she was shamed.
No, that's cap. 53-year-old women don't have evidence. I don't believe you. Let me get this straight, okay? So let's say If you were 20 during the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010, 2020, 80-year-old women lived through the 60s. I think we have someone here playing basketball. There's a gym over there. You're telling me that you guys were these perfect angels. Okay.
For sleeping around. There was no sexual liberation. There was a sanctity attached to sexuality. A 22-year-old grew up in a time where Snapchat, twerking, wearing promiscuous clothes, going out, being on social media was all...
What does cat mean? Cat means they're lying. Oh, they're lying.
Normalized. So if you think that, I'm going to be with a 21-year-old, she's going to have low body count. Guys, what world?
That's what older women, they try to say the younger women have higher body counts. They probably don't. I mean, we're forgetting the older women have Snapchat too. The older women got Snapchat when the young women got Snapchat. You don't think they're doing the same BS? Oh, come on. Come on. They've just been legal longer. Like, whenever the technology came out, the older women today were alive for it too. Like, if the average 20-year-old woman has 50 bodies, the average 30-year-old woman has 100. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm a 304. Of course I have them things on me at all times. 304. Of course people think I live in the hotel I trap out of. I'm a 304. Of course people think I'm dirty and nasty. I'm a 304. Of course I kick you out 5 minutes into our hour. I'm a 304. Of course people think I'm too pretty to do this. I'm a 304. Of course I've had 3 stalkers in the last year. I'm a 304. Of course people think I don't deserve love. I'm a 304. Of course people think I have a pimp.
yeah. Think about it. She would have had a husband 100 years ago. But I'd like to say, I do think this is what women have always wanted to do. I don't think the women of the past were really any different. It's just like this woman would have been born in 1900 and she
constantly late.
She wouldn't have had the opportunity.
Being an SW. Like, I love selling this twat right off the rip. I do. Because this is what works for me. This is what I can do without bothering other people. When I worked 9 to 5s, I was constantly late, constantly calling in sick. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't for me. So why would I put my own burdens on my coworkers because I can't show up to work on time and so they can't leave because I'm not there? Don't make sense. I was not forced into this lifestyle. I did not join this lifestyle out of survival. I joined this lifestyle because I wanted to.
And that's the biggest misconception conservatives have.
Literally because I wanted
hookers.
To. I said, you know what? I didn't even know that was an option. Let me do that. Because one thing I can do, baby, I can get down. Okay? I can get down. And this cat 5 year. And I've always been hypersexual. So, and if anything, being an SW has helped really tone down my hypersexuality because I don't, men just get on my nerves. They just get on my nerves. But back to the point. I'm not a victim. I don't need or want help. I don't need you to save me. I literally went from being a healthcare worker, an in-home healthcare worker, to a 304. So it's not like I'm stupid. I have, you know what I'm saying? I have my diploma and all that good shit. Like, I can work anywhere I fucking wanted to, honestly. But this is what I want to do. This is what works for me. Like, you guys never do this when it comes to other jobs. If someone has been a secretary for 15 fucking years, you're never like, oh, well, how come you haven't stepped up? How come you haven't tried to... No, motherfucker, they like being a secretary. So that's what they're going to do. Secretize. Is that a word? And I like to sell cat. So that's what I'm going to do. Sell it. And by lumping all of us sex workers as, you know what I'm saying, victims, you're actually undermining and discrediting the actual real victims. The bitches who are actually being trafficked. You're worried about me because I'm on here, hey, hi.
If men couldn't traffic women, women would traffic themselves, and I'll die on that hill.
Instead of the underage women who are out on the blade. The fuck? Y'all so worried about me. You're too pretty to do this. You're way too pretty. And even when it comes to other SWs, when they find out that I walk the blade, hell yeah. If I'm in a certain city and the blade is cracking, hell yeah, I'm putting my feet down. You got me fucked up. But motherfuckers be like, oh, you're too pretty to be on the blade. You should be on the carpet.
Thank you to Sim for the sign up. Thank you so much.
Bitch, I am. I'm on all of it. I'm on the carpet. I'm on the net. I'm walking. I'm all that. All that because I love what I do and I do what I love. And it's just something about when a fine ass man hands you some money, like knowing like in the right circumstances you could have got it. You could have got.
Can you guys hear that? Someone's in the gym.
Just for free. But you decided to pay me anyways? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. There's just something so like cunty about having, you know what I'm saying, somebody bring you an NDA and be like, yeah, sign this. Like, oh, okay, big money. Like, it's really something so motherfucking player about meeting the motherfucker, having them come, and then they message you like, oh yeah, I'll be back tonight. What? Give me a few hours, I'll be back. And they come back. There's something so soul-soothing about a motherfucker buying photos. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even want to see me. You just want to see my body. Okay, fuck it then. Like, oh, you want me so bad you willing to just accept this photo in this video? I love it. Give me 14 of them. Like,
They love it. These hoes love being hoes. Oh, here we got another one. Imagine her in like the 20s. She would have had like a husband and kids. And now these ladies are just naked. Okay, wait, hold on.
I'm a 3 or 4. Of course I gotta run anytime I hear pigs calling me. I'm a 3 or 4. Of course I only slept for 3 hours and been outside for 12. I'm a 3 or 4. Of course it has me the bus one more before I go in. I'm a 3 or 4. Of course my fucking feet hurt. Of course I'm gonna cuss off for not picking me up. Poop that! I'm a 3 or 4. Of course I asked a shit for $5 for tacos. Hey! Let me get $5. I'm a 3 or 4. Of course I have a black fluffy jacket. Oh. I'm a 3 or 4. Of course I have every color in this jacket in this. I'm a 3 or 4. Of course I'm gonna have my ass out in 60-degree weather.
See, like these women could have been wives.
We're 304s. Of course we're gonna get chopped for making this video.
Yeah, they're just forced. They hate it. Ugh. Okay, now we got a 304 talking about business risks. Hold on. Let's go. Here we go.
304s in this generation have lost the art of discretion. Part of the reason why you hire a 304 is because of the privacy. They leave. They are done afterwards. It's not supposed to go and integrate into your normal life. Charlie Sheen, which is like an awful person, was quoted saying that he doesn't pay 304s for the smexy. He pays them to leave. But I feel like every week I go on the internet and there's a 304 talking about how she's exposing one of her clients, or how this artist flew her out to Mexico and then his girlfriend was there, or how this athlete flew her out and then now blah, blah, blah.
I know, the whores do talk too much. I think it's going to be a lot harder for men to get away with cheating over a long time period because women just talk too much.
Or when I was getting pregnant. And I'm like, as a businesswoman, doesn't this hinder your
you know, it's bad when women are telling them they talk too much.
Your clientele? Because, hear me out again, I feel like the discretion and the privacy is the premium that these clients are paying for. So if you're always posing or you're a threat to their privacy or their day-to-day life, you're not doing your job well, you know? I mean, obviously the service is one part of it, but the second part of it is the discretion. But it feels like every week someone's trying to go viral or expose somebody, and I'm like, dude, that's going to long-term affect your clientele because people are not going to want to hire you if they're going to risk being exposed by you. And I also don't think that trapping somebody with a baby, I mean, it's a long-term play, don't get me wrong, but it's like, that's a baby. Like, that's a child. Let's not traffic with that. So anyway, let me know your thoughts, but that's just been something that's brewing in the back of my mind. I'm like, there's no way this is good for business if you long-term are exposing your clients, or they're running the risk of having their privacy exposed if they're paying a premium to have your discretion. Let me know your thoughts.
I think she's exactly right. 1 second, guys. Let me fix something. Yeah. So thank you to all the women that came before me. Now us ladies have the right to get into debt, be prostitutes, sleep with 1,000 men. We have the right to work useless jobs. We have the right to give ourselves a lot of credit, do none of the work. We have the right to abort children, catch STDs, not get married. We have the right to be modern women. So thank you to all the women that came before me for giving us abortion, debt, and being whores. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Like the video on your way out and subscribe to the channel. And please, if you can, go to the AudacityNetwork.com. We're going to have a lot of cool stuff. And the cheapest you're ever going to get it is going to be now. Okay? You are not going to get it any cheaper than today. And I do want to give a couple announcements for next week. So next week, I may not be doing a show from Friday next week to like Wednesday or Thursday the week after. So I'll be up until Thursday. The reason is we want to catch up on some projects for the website. So I need people to sort through my old content. We found some hard drives from England that we're going to start uploading. So we have all of my old content from the past 3 years. So you guys have access to my entire journey from little YouTuber to 2 million almost. I haven't hit that 2. I've been kind of stuck for a second. But almost 2 million subscribers on YouTube. Lastly, I want to thank Paul, who just signed up now. Like the video on your way out, subscribe to the channel. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys maybe tomorrow if I have it in me to do a show, but if not tomorrow, then I will see you Monday. Love you guys. Bye-bye.